Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today on May the 3rd, Hasbro had their Star Wars Day Fanstream celebrating May the 4th, but also the anniversary of Return of the Jedi and the Clone Wars animated series. Right at the start, they said that everything showed today will be available for pre-order tomorrow on May the 4th at 1 PM Eastern Time in the US. We got to see some new Black Series and the Vintage Collection figures, so let's take a look at the reveals. They kicked it off with the Black Series Gaming Grades line and Battle Damage General Grievous from Battlefront 2 video game. From what we saw, it seems that it's the same figure that we got before, but with a few changes in the paint, giving Grievous this damaged look. This being a repaint of the original release means that, unfortunately, this figure will still have the same issues, and that means that it will be too short and out of scale with the Black Series line, and also it means that it will probably have a balancing issue. This Battle Damage Grievous will come without his cape, as is the case in the game for this skin. But this will still be a deluxe set, and his 4 lightsabers will be included. Next up is another deluxe set, but this time it's an amazing new figure in the line, and that is another Gaming Grades figure. We are getting Darth Malgus from Star Wars The Old Republic video game. Now this figure looks beautiful. He looks big, bulky and menacing. It's a whole new sculpt, and the figure comes with his iconic lightsaber that they said will be a bit longer than what is usual in the line. He comes with his face mask that is removable, and the face looks really good. There is a lot of great sculpted details on the armor and the suit, and he also comes with a soft goods cape and a hood that is attached in the way to give him an accurate look from the game. I hope that I'll be able to pick this guy up for my collection. I'm sure he will be great for posing. As always, it's a shame that it's a deluxe figure and that it comes with almost no accessories. Some alternate hands for more posing options would be great, but that's not the case with this line. After that, they finally showed us the newly sculpted Din Djarin or the Mandalorian, but this one is from the Book of Boba Fett. At first, it looks like the same Mando figure that we got before, but there are some important changes to this new one. First off, the helmet looks much better. It looks proportionate and more accurate to the show, unlike what they gave us on all previous releases. The second huge improvement that I was talking about for a while now is the soft goods cape. They finally gave us a soft goods cape, because remember how bad it was on those previous Mando figures to attach his jetpack to his back while having that awful plastic cape on him. This to me looks so much better, and I'm happy that they made these changes. They also said that they updated his shoulder armor that previously was glued to his arms, but now it's the same system that we have on all new Imperial Stormtrooper figures, where that shoulder armor is connected to the inside of the butterfly joint and doesn't hinder the arm articulation. This new Mando comes with his jetpack, pistol, a knife, and the Darksaber. On the packaging, we can see that they are not calling him Din Djarin, but still the Mandalorian. And this version is from Glavis Ringworld, where we saw him in the Book of Boba Fett. This is a great looking Mando, and if you are someone who, for some reason, still don't have Mando in your collection, you are in luck, because this is a great pickup. For me, I have few of them in the Black Series. I have the SHF one and the Mafex one, with the new Mafex version coming at the end of this year. So I'll probably skip on this one, but I'm glad that Hasbro finally updated him. After that, they announced that they will be re-releasing few figures, of which their first release, for some of us, is yet to be found in stores. But those first releases are on Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary cardback, and now they announced them to be re-released in a standard box packaging. Those figures are Return of the Jedi Chewbacca with a chain around his neck and Ewok Wicket. Next up, for the Black Series, they finally showed us few figures for the anniversary of the Clone Wars animated show. First one was clean white version of Phase 2 Clone Trooper. Now, I've talked about it before, how AliExpress beat Hasbro in their own game, because the white version can be found on that site for some time now. So I was really looking forward to see what will Hasbro do with this release. Will they simply release the same Phase 2 clone that we saw before, or will they bring something something new to the table. And they actually did bring something new. They finally gave us a removable helmet with a fully painted clone head sculpt underneath. And not only that, they also retooled the shoulder armor, same as on the new Mando figure, so that now that shoulder piece looks a bit bigger and it's connected to the inside of the butterfly joint. Finally, they also said that the knee armor will now be a floating piece that can be moved up or down for purposes of posing, so that's great. I really love what they did with this new clone, and now they gave me the reason to actually buy this guy, even though I have the one from AliExpress. Next reveal is another figure that was pipelined before, and now they are finally showing it to us, and that is Magna Droid. I have to say that this figure looks really good. It's so good to see that we are getting a new separatist droid in the line. It's not a B2 battle droid that a lot of us were hoping for, but for the time this guy will do. It's an all new sculpt and the details on it look really good. He comes with a soft goods cape that has some nice prints on it, and it's removable. It looks like there is a sculpted bandana part around his forehead that can be removed, because look at this image and how a part is missing here above his eyes. That's interesting. He also comes with his two staffs and the electric effects. And I have to say that I'm especially enjoying this shot here. They really stepped up their game recently with these promo shots. We are getting more of these kinds of dynamic poses and not just boring vanilla poses. Great job, Hasbro. As someone who makes posing videos for these figures, I really love it. And then, ladies and gentlemen, a figure that I was really excited for. I was hoping that they will show it today, and they did. We got our first look at the new Padawan Ahsoka Tano as she appears in the Clone Wars show. Now, I'm sure that she's not perfect. No figure ever is. She does look really strange on the side art on the box, but man, I love it. She looks so good. And we all know that the Black Series line is aiming more towards realism, and so they have to make adjustments with these animated characters when they are bringing them into this line. I'm really loving the way that she looks. She has her iconic outfit from the show. She is younger and smaller, and what's especially good to see, at least for me, is that she has new flat feet without high heels. I really hope that this will be a great improvement in terms of her standing on her own without easily falling off the shelf, because the first Clone Wars and Rebels Ahsoka has some problems with standing. This new Ahsoka also comes with her two lightsabers, and these are with the green color of blades. We can see pack holes on her belt for storaging the hilts. I think that she also has butterfly joints, and that will be great for posing as well. And take a look at just one small detail here. Look how her left hand is sculpted. Look how dynamic that looks. It can still hold the lightsaber, at least I hope so, but her two hands are not sculpted the same way. And that's what I'm saying all the time. Few interchangeable hands would bring so much more life to these figures, and it's a shame that Hasbro is not doing that for this line. I'm really happy for this release. Ahsoka is the one that I was most excited about, and I really hope that I'll be able to get her for my collection. Next, they also gave us some new pipeline reveals for the Black Series line, and they started off with Archive line. We are getting a re-release of Bo-Katan from The Mandalorian, an X-Wing pilot Luke from A New Hope, and the first Black Series figure ever made in the Black Series line in 2013, but with an updated face paint. A New Hope Darth Vader, and a 2020 Imperial Stormtrooper, a figure that is always great to find on the shelf. After that, they showed us few new Black Series pipeline figures that are expected to be released in the future, and these are a new version of Paz Vizsla, a Walmart exclusive Grief Kargas R5 astromech droid, young Anakin from The Phantom Menace, and Padme Amidala from The Phantom Menace. So we are finally starting to get some prequel figures from the first episode, after Jar Jar being the only one so far, if I'm not mistaken. And then a final pipeline for the Black Series is a premium roleplay helmet, and it's Carson Teva's helmet. They also revealed the X-Vos helmet that looks really good, same as all their recent helmets that they released. The weathering looks great, and the amount of details even on the inside of the helmet is amazing. For the vintage collection, Collection they showed a new Luke and Grogu 2-pack from the Book of Boba Fett. For Luke, it's that weird version that looks like he has a skirt because they used a soft goods for the lower tunic to make him able to sit down. The set comes with a Grogu figure, a backpack, and a bunch of frogs with a nice little translucent stand that looks like splash of water when Grogu or Luke pulls the frogs out of a pond. The set also includes Yoda's lightsaber, the little bag that looks like Grogu's head, and the Mandalorian armor shirt that was made for Grogu so that you can recreate that Grogu's choice scene from the show. Vintage Collection will also get Wicket and Nisa from Evox cartoon show from the 80s. They are coming as a 2-pack in a nicely looking box, and on the inside each figure comes on its own retro card back. Both of them are painted in their iconic colors from the show. They also come with few accessories and with a collectible coin. Vintage Collection is also getting its version of Grand Inquisitor from Kenobi show. He comes with soft goods cape and ignited and unignited lightsaber that can be storaged on his back. And finally, they revealed that the new HasLab for the Vintage Collection is coming up this July at San Diego Comic-Con. So that was all that they showed us on today's Fanstream. Again, all these items will be up for pre-order tomorrow at 1 PM Eastern Time in the US at Hasbro Pulse, Amazon, and other retailers across the world. But what do you guys think about today's reveals? I think that it was great that they showed us these figures that were previously pipelined. Melgus, Magna, new Mando, and Phase 2 clone, and finally, young Ahsoka. I really love the way she turned out. But that's all I wanted to say for this video. Let me know what you guys think about all these announcements. Have a great Star Wars day tomorrow, and may the 4th be with you. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see ya in the next video.